guys, it's me Ariane from Passion Community, and today's episode of Master Blocks tutorials will be very special because we will do a fountain, a special fountain that I had in mind. But I have like a lot of ideas in my mind, and I still don't have a specific one. But from my inspirations here that I can check, it could be a fountain, but with some elements from a little bit of other projects to make it look even better. So to start off, we will need to make a big circle. And I already have the color but for my fountain, it will be like a blue-gray, sort of blue-gray, because I really love that color. And it will fit very well with the theme for November, because in November there's a lot of stuff going on. And if I do something original and not so themed, then it will follow with the unthemed theme we will have in November. Because if you haven't seen a lot of community posts on my channel, I suggest you to check, or some videos that you already seen on my channel. There's a lot of stuff going on for November, and there's a lot that will happen. I feel like November, even though Summer Vibes was pretty big, I think November will be a very big month, even bigger than July and August together, because there's a lot of new things that are going to be here. There's going to be 3 new series in mind that I haven't thought before, and I actually thought of them like in last minute because I needed to check some ideas for content in my mind, and I thought that doing another series will help pull those ideas out. So yeah, for this episode of Master Blocks Tales, I'm trying to make it short, but it's not a promise. It will have a lot of pauses in this video to make it shorter. So now that our base is done, I'm going to pause to actually color the full base, and then I'll explain what I'm going to do for this fountain. Okay, so I already did what I do usually around, because I already did a lot of tutorials in Master Blocks Tales series. So if you want to check a tutorial of how to do what I just did there, just watch back. Because today I'm going to show new things about a fountain that I'm pretty sure I haven't done before. So, for the next part, I was thinking of doing a very fancy one. But not only doing just one little thing for a fountain. No. You know me, guys. I need to go further. Really further into this. And also, I'm trying to find the center here, but I think it's going to be pretty much everything here like that. Pretty much. So I'm going to go this way, so that there's no unequal things. It would just be this way. So what I'm going to do is that instead of having only one way that water could go into that fountain, we will have multiple small ways, so that this thing could become really big and also more fancier than the other fountains. I always want to try something new from a episode from another. You guys know me. And also from the first one, I'm going to make it very tall. And just like I said, there's a lot of tutorials of how to do the fountain. The part I'm going to do here, but I'm also going to leave a tutorial here, since I don't do fountains often, and these type of fountains that I'm doing right now aren't often, so I'm going to make a full tutorial. But in next episode, that the fountain will be very similar to that way. I will just skip the tutorial of how to do it. But considering there's not a lot of fountain videos, there's a lot of episodes that will leave a full tutorial. When I see like 5 full episodes that have full tutorials, or there's 6 of them, you know, a lot, like around 5, 6, then I'll skip a tutorial part because it would just be overlapping with the new things I'm going to show. So I'm basically done for that part, but I was thinking of doing not only one thing like that, but more that actually overlaps into each other, which is why this one fun part will be very big. It will almost be like the same size as the same largeness as the pool thing we have here that will have water in it and all. The most complicated part of this tutorial will be to do the water. So yeah, there's 2 full tutorials in this episode, the fountain here like that, and also the water, because the water will be insane to do. Okay, so now that we are finished with the tutorial of this one fountain down, I'm going to make a entrance here, as you can see, to make a smaller fountain point. So I'm going to go up into this way, exactly just like I did with the center. I'm basically continuing to level up this thing, but the over fountain part will be smaller in the largeness, and then the final one it will be longer, like less large, this thing here, because it will be weird if I left a big thing like that for a smaller size of fountain. But for the second fountain thing I'm going to do on top will be the same size for the stand, but for the third thing it will be smaller because I don't want to have like a weird effect on it. I'm going to do 2 other times of doing this, and then it will be all for this part here. And I don't have to show the other parts of doing a fountain because it's technically the same thing, but it will go smaller. So I'm just gonna skip this tutorial part. There's a lot of fountains and ways, so you can check them out. But for the water part, there will be a full tutorial. So all that said, I'm going to pause it to do the 2 other fountains, and then we'll do a full tutorial of how to do the water part. Yeah, this is how tall this thing will be. It's not large this time, it is very tall. Because the last episode, the thing was very large and not like tall. But this episode, it's not large, but it's tall. Very funny. Okay, so to let's chat. Now let's do the water part. I was thinking of doing the waterfall, but I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna do water. So for the water part, I want it to look like a fantasy that is going on here. Like a huge fantasy. But I want the water to look like it's degradé. You know, it goes to very light to very dark. Like the bottom part of this thing will be very dark, as the light part of it will be very, very light. I'm doing 2 colors at a time, so we'll go very down into the color. So for the color part, I'm going to make it look like it's sort of pink, because I like it fantasy. So for the pink color, I'm going to make a pink color thing down here. and then I'm going to make a shadow for it so that it will look very bright and very good. So this is what I have over here. Now for the light part, I'm going to make it very light, and for the light part I'm going to make something like this, and then for the color of the center it will be white. So it's a sort of thing like this I'm going to do. Yes, it's very pink, looks like a Valentine's Day thing, but I want it to look fantasy. You know, just after Halloween, doing a fantasy thing will kind of translate goodly the two holidays, because Christmas is coming, and doing a fantasy thing here will adapt you to see some fantasy things going on in the channel for a couple of months, 3 months of fantasy stuff going on in Master Blox Tales. Surely good, and we'll definitely adapt. But in January, everything will go back to normal, and Master Blox Tales will have less fantasy stuff. It will be more like the normal Master Blox Tales with a little bit of a twist, but not too much. So now that this part is done, I'm going to make two colors. This is the one. Let me show you. I'm going to make it look darker over the edges, because more will go down, more the edges will be dark. So yeah, this is what you see here. It will be only one part that is pink, and it's the part here. So yeah, that's what you see. And over here it will be darker and darker and darker. Alright? So I'm going to make this dark color. Going to put this dark color. Okay, so now I'm going to make a special thing here. It goes right down there. Here we go. So this is a full tutorial part of how to do the water here, because even though it looks kind of simple, it's kind of complicated at the same time. So doing the full water part here is what is important in that video. But definitely for the two other parts, I think it will be for this thing, I will not leave a tutorial for it, because you will know how to do it just by the tutorial of a smaller detail here. It will be the same for the other parts, it will just be bigger, so I'm just gonna leave a skip part for the tutorial, because I need my voice to chill down too, I don't have to lose my voice for an episode. That's why I write a lot of the episodes that are coming, because it will have a break of my voice, and I could use it for more good, not for more good, but for more huge content, just like blogs and a little bit of these Cypher shorts, because there will be Cypher shorts where I'm going to talk in them, just like I did in September with the short of the update of Sydney. And will be most of your shorts that I'm going to talk in them. Even though it's short, if I do a lot of shorts in one day, I talk a lot in one day. So, yep. And with school, I will talk more. So, yep. So now this is a darker part. And now for the darker part, I'm going to paint over, and then for the other parts it will be completely a skip tutorial. I just wanted to show the tutorial of this part, because it doesn't matter to show all, because if it's the same thing you do it again, but it's just the size that changes, you just skip the tutorial part. But after you've done that, you can move to a different thing you want to do from this, and then it will be done. So this is technically what Master Blox Tales is. I can have a lot of pauses in one episode for explaining things and all. So now that this part is done, I'm going to make the other part, which you see it goes darker as the water goes. So for the second part, for the other parts that I'm going to do, I'm going to pause the skip. I'm going to skip the tutorial because will be other things after, which will be designing the fountain, like the gray part of the fountain. So all of that said, let's skip the tutorial and see you to detailing the gray fountain. Okay, so you see from afar that I did all the water, and the water looks great, right? It looks really cool, and the fact that it's a degradé of the color pink is actually pretty cool. Even though it looks like a Valentine's Day thing, it won't look like a Valentine's Day thing in a couple of seconds, because we're going to make the design of the fountain, the gray part. For the gray part, I was thinking of doing more of the, the dark gray thing, and it looks kind of too grayish that way. So I was thinking that probably blue would fit, and yeah, that dark blue actually fits. But I kind of want to do the same thing as the water part. I want the blue stuff to kind of go lighter as they will go up, exactly just like the water, so that they can fit together, So to begin with, I begin with the darkest blue I could find, and now I'm going to do this. I'm just gonna do one tutorial part so that you guys know what I'm going to do, and then I'm going to do the other parts eventually. In the upcoming Master Block Tutorials episode will be a lot of skipping parts because I want the episode to be shorter for you to watch. And as I said in the community post, I think I don't remember. I said that as the time will go, okay, no, I think it was in the video, I don't remember. But there's one time that I said in a video on a community post, I said that when time will go, the videos will be shorter to watch since I have school and I have my priorities. And I think you guys know that school priorities is important. School is more important than YouTube videos, so I'm going to make shorter videos, post as 2 days a week. I know it's a drastic change for the channel, and also the series are a drastic change too. But I said in the video and ideas what I said about the content is that there will be a lot more content soon in the future, and that when something will happen in the channel, it will eventually happen. So yeah, this is what is happening. There's a lot of series, and the reason why there's a lot of series right now is to fill up my brain with ideas of videos for the channel, so that I could not live with a week of break for no reason. But the reason is that I don't have ideas for videos. I don't know. I don't want this. A break from my YouTube channel will be if I have big exams at school or something else in my life happens. If there's something else that happens in my life, I'll say it's for very private reasons, or I'll say that my life is a bigger change by right now, but I won't say details. If it's something that relates to school, like an exam or an activity or something like that, I'll say it. But if it's something else, I'll not say it, but I'll leave vague details because I don't want to show on my private life. I'm still in school, I have to protect myself. So yeah. So now I will need to skip the tutorial part for all the fountain, and where you will see it at the end. So let's skip it, and we'll see the final results just after. It was short to do the blue parts, but it looks definitely better just after that. It looks like a mystical thing that is happening here, and it's exactly what I wanted this to look. It kind of looks like a tray now. It looks like a tray now. Oh my god. But I'll eventually say that it's a fountain. it's a fountain for me. But it looks like a tray. So I should say fountain tray as the title of this episode. I don't know. I'll think about it when I'm gonna make the title of the video. But this is what I had in mind. And now there's something else I want to do, but more on the stand part. Here, the stand parts. What I'm going to do eventually is to add some darker gray here, so that it has some mystical look, like it balances with the other elements. But do you know me? I have to do exactly what I did with the blue parts. I'm going to do it with the gray, but it will be less like two colors at once. It will just be one color at once, exactly this way. And also on the stand part here, it kind of looks cool this way. Yeah, it looks cool. It looks cool. The stand parts are looking good this way. And now I'm going to skip one color at a time, so that it will look extremely good as it will go. So this looks incredibly cool. Sorry. It will look incredibly cool at the end. Now I'm gonna skip one color again. It looks too cool. I love it. Eventually, I love what I'm doing right now. It looks so cool. And for the last part, I think, yep, that's the last part. I'm going to put in that color. And it's eventually, I think it's, oh yeah, it's lighter. It's lighter. It's lighter than the stand itself, so it looks pretty cool. It looks mystical. So for me, it looks cool this way, definitely. So now that we have done the gray part, eventually I could do it in one time. Here, as you can see, and now it looks really incredible. I won't add anything else, even though I'm thinking of adding something else, because you know me, I love it when there's a lot of details, but I need to come down to the details, because this one is really cool this way, just like this way. So this is it for this episode of Master Box Tales. Let me just save it. Goodbye. Yes. And now it is here. So it looks like a tray and a fountain at the same time, because there is that water element, you know, decorated stuff. But yeah, this looks pretty cool. This is the final result. I liked doing this thing, and I'll definitely try again doing another fountain similar to this. Eventually in 2025, because in December I'll do a Christmas stuff and it isn't a fountain. So the Christmas episode will be similar to that one, because that thing here is unfinished and it will stay unfinished because I don't have all the time to complete it. So the next episode, the item will be similar to that one, to kind of, you know, have something with the thing I wanted to do with the other one. So this is it for this episode. Just like I said, I hope that you guys liked this episode of Master Box Tales. If you did, like this video on the like button. Comment down below about what you think of this item, and also what you should suggest me like fountain to do in the future. Tell me in the comments below. You can always send me a picture of a fountain on Pinterest, also I'll leave a picture in the Canva images section. There will be a announcement saying that you guys can suggest me some fountains. But if you guys don't, it's in Pinterest, don't worry, I'll always find some inspiration. But it's always something that I want to show. And this is also gonna be in the Cephalor Shorts. It will be in 2 sites, YouTube and Pinterest. And this is all for this episode. And also share this with anyone you want them to know about how to make a funnel fountain this way. And also check my older episodes to know fully how to make a fountain, and also the other water pots, because there's a lot tutorial videos in this series, so check them out. And all that said, bye guys, and see you to our next episode of Master Blocks. It will be the last of the year, so let's celebrate the last episode of Master Block Sales. That will be December, which will be the last of the year, and also the Christmas one. And will kind of mix with New Year. So all that said, all that said, see you guys to our next episode of Master Blocks Tutorials Christmas Edition. Bye!